Okay, I'm reading these to my grandkids. This, The Wonderful Tree House by Harold Longman. See how this book is kind of old and tattered? This is a book that was in my house when I was a little girl. I used to love to read this book. It says the Chandler children. That's our family was Chandlers. Before I got married to Grandpa, my last name was Chandler. And I used to love this book. It's called The Wonderful Tree House. Outside my house there stands a tree, an old oak tree as big as can be. One day I thought, as I looked at the tree, why, I could build up in that tree the perfect house for my friends and me. What a great surprise! How they would rub their eyes. Gosh, they would say, you must feel like a king up in that wonderful tree house thing. Come up, I would say. This is my place. Come up and play. There's plenty of space. There's room to spare here in my tree house up in the air. But would there be? How much room could there be? Come to think of it, what kind of house should a tree house be? A castle, maybe, strong and tall, with towers and a high stone wall? Why not? Well, it seems to me it just might be a little hard to build a castle in an old oak tree. Well, then, how about a little house? A fairy tale, Hansel and Gretel, Red Riding Hood sort of house. Or, no, not at all. A little house is much too small. Well, if one's too big and one's too little, how about one that's right in the middle? So I climbed on a branch and I looked around at where I had been down on the ground, and I sat as still as a little mouse and thought about my middle house. Then I heard skitter scat, skitter scat. What's that? A squirrel. Hello, he said. What's up? I'm up, I said. I'm up here now to build a house, but I don't know how. A house, said he. Why, a house is as easy can be. Come with me. So I followed the squirrel way up in the tree. Well, you just can't guess what he showed to me. A great big old hole. What could I say? What would you say? That's a very nice, I said, for squirrels. Squirrel boys and squirrel girls, but human boys need much more space. Boys grow big in the human race. A tree frog jumped down next to me, a little brown frog as brown as the tree. You want a house? Well, come with me. A house is as easy can be. I followed the tree frog up in the tree. He jumped so fast that I skinned my knee. Did that stop me? Oh, no. I wanted to see the house that the tree frog had for me. Here we are, he said. It's airy, it's bright, not a black hole as dark as the night. You can see. There's a view. You can look all around. at the birds in the sky and the boys on the ground. And what do you suppose he showed to me? What kind of house did he have in the tree? It was just a little old twig. A little old twig about so big at the end of a branch on the old oak tree. What could I say? What would you say? It's very nice, I said, for frogs. Much nicer than the hollow logs that other frogs live in. It's airy and it has a view, but for me it just won't do. Frogs are little, boys are big. Boys can't live on a little twig. A wise old bird flew down to me and sat beside me on the tree. I know, said he, the house that's best. I guess, said I, you mean a nest. I'm sorry, but a nest won't do, although I'm sure it's fine for you. A boy in a nest? How could you fit? You couldn't stand or even sit. Bugs and birds and frogs and squirrels need different homes than boys and girls. That's true, said I. We both agree. Then what kind of house should my tree house be? For a people house, said the bird. Ask people. I looked at the bird. The bird looked at me. I said, I don't know any folks in a tree. Said the bird, all people were once small people. Ask your dad. My dad? Gee, but would he? Could he? Ask, said the bird. And off he flew. So I went to ask you know who. You want a house in the old oak tree? Why, that's as easy can be. Watch me, said Dad. He nailed some boards together like this, and then he turned them over like this, and nailed them up in the old oak tree. To make a middle-sized house for me. Now, how do you like my house in a tree? It's all the things I want it to be. It's a castle, a fort, an airplane, a nest, it's anything and everything I think is best, because when I climb to my house in the tree, I pretend it's whatever I want it to be. Good book, huh? I love it.